Be fucking fearless.
Let the fear of regret fuel you to take action. Today. Now.
That's a fear. The fear is never reaching your potential.
Fear is my friend. I love fear. Fear allows me to reach my highest potential.
If you're not going to get rid of fear, then use fear. Use fear or it uses you. It's that simple.
Be fucking fearless.
The fear of failing is an illusion. Fear is an illusion. But we have to have desire. We have to have something that pushes us. Fear pushes us.
Your fear is always about what's going to happen next. That means your fear is always about that which does not exist.
Fear is not. Make up your mind that fear is not going to stop you from doing the thing you really want to do. Step out and do it today.
Driven human beings are going to always feel like they're behind. They're going to always feel like they're not doing good enough. They're going to always feel like they're not far enough. They're going to always feel like you're losing. Look, winning, this is how it feels. 90% of the time, you're going to feel like you're getting your balls kicked in, all right? 8% of the time, you're going to be confused and you're frustrated. 3% of the time, you actually win. And those moments come and go, and then you're back in the 90%. And that's the reality of a winner's life. People don't understand it. They think it's all about cruising around in a cool car, having a free and happy and easy and go-lucky life. And that's not reality, because true winners are built for the fucking fight. They're built for the battle. They don't find peace and joy and happiness in the win. They find what they're looking for in the fight.
What would you do if you weren't afraid? And I love thinking about that when I'm thinking about big life decisions. Like, what would I do if I weren't afraid? And it's usually like the big one, the bigger thing that I really want to do, but I'm afraid to do it. It's like, that's what I should do.
I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything.
Don't ever be ashamed of anything you've done in your life. Face it, fix it, make it better. Build belief, build confidence to the point where nothing can hurt you because you know exactly who you are. You've faced your limits. You were able to hear all your past troubles. I'm no longer embarrassed. I'm no longer ashamed. Being ashamed is one of the biggest things that kill people nowadays. In their minds, kill them from moving forward. I'm ashamed of this.
I dare you to fail for a whole year to see if you can get to the end. I dare you to fail.
When it feels scary to jump in, that is exactly when you jump. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life.
Failure is a wonderful teacher. It's the only way to learn. You have to fail.
We have to accept that failure is part of the process, welcome it, talk about it to other people, don't be embarrassed by it, and use it as fuel.
I didn't teach myself victory. I taught myself failure. I taught myself how to fail.
There's no success without failure. They go hand in hand. And with the failure comes amazing lessons, adjustments. And you get sharper because of the shit that you've done wrong, or that you didn't know to approach a certain way that you now know how to approach. So I embrace the concept of failure just as much as I embrace the win of success.
Failure is a part of the process of becoming successful.
Don't be afraid of failure. You can be a risk taker in life, but not silly risk, calculated risk.
95% of businesses fail in the first 15 years of existence. It's unbelievable. The longer you play the game, the more likely you die.
Right.
So like, you better get used to failure.
So don't be afraid of failure. You know, failure, I was never afraid of that, but I would tell young Michael at 20 years old, don't be afraid to fail, because you are going to fail along this way as you try to achieve success, and you learn by your failures. You don't recede, you don't hide, you don't, shun yourself from the public. You pick yourself up, and you get back in the race, like old Blue Eye says, and you just keep going. Because that's the confidence that you have in yourself to know that you're going to make it.
Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player in the world, he took 946 game-winning shots. 946 times since he was in high school, the ball has been in his hand to take the game-winning shot with no time on the clock. He has only made 146 of those. He has missed over 700 times, but he has made 146. You know what they write about? when you make it.
So if you don't know how to fail, you're gonna fail. You better teach yourself how to fail first. Because if you sit in failure too long, you can never come out.
So many things in life are risks. There are no real sure things. So don't be afraid to fail. If you're taking a risk, there is a chance of failure. You can't be afraid of that because if you never tried, you're never going to know. And the regret you're going to feel is a lot worse than if you never tried it at all.
So the first part of my success was learning how to fail properly. And then eventually, I started getting a few victories.
Time to become a man. Walk forward, peripheral vision. Get it. Own yourself. Walk forward with more courage and start becoming the man you want to be instead of acting like it and putting it off.
Be a dangerous man. Now, being dangerous is not being a threat. They're two different things. All right? And it's not about going out and lifting weights and getting a bunch of tattoos and wearing leather jackets and walking around with your chest and shoulders up, hulking around saying, I'm dangerous. That's very rarely is that a dangerous man. Often the most dangerous man in the room is the quietest man in the room.
There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him. That's when he becomes a man. Some boys never get there and stay children forever.
Get up, motherfucker. You're not fucking good enough. You gotta work fucking harder. You haven't put enough time in. It's that voice you wanna run away from. It's that voice you don't wanna fucking hear. But guess what? It's that voice you need to fucking listen to. Stay hard. Listen to the whisper.
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
Don't make excuses. Don't blame any other person or any other thing. Take ownership of everything in your world, the good and the bad. Take ownership of your mistakes. Take ownership of your shortfalls. Take ownership of your problems. And then take ownership of the solutions that will get those problems solved.
Never miss 2 days in a row. Like, you are not going to be able to go to the gym every day. There will be one day when an absolute catastrophe occurs. You ate some dodgy sushi last night. You can't go. But what you have is one missed day is an error. 2 missed days is the start of a new habit. And that means that small errors can snowball into complete demolitions of the habit. But if you just think, okay, at some point this year, I'm gonna miss it. And the rule is, if I missed it yesterday, I have to do it today.
People say, wow, you have no idea how hungry I am. Really? Yeah. What'd you do about it today? Oh, not today, but tomorrow you ain't hungry, man. You just think you're hungry. You are not hungry.
Real self-confidence doesn't come from shouting affirmations in the mirror. Real self-confidence comes from giving the world irrefutable proof you are who you say you are.
And so I want you guys to understand something. Winning is for the obsessed. You must be obsessed if you want to win. You must be obsessed with the goal, the journey, the outcome, the experience, the rejections, the resilience, the grit, the all of it.
I became the